Detroit Lions. On the Bears sideline, Ben Johnson, hot name in the coaching circles the last few years, was the offensive coordinator here in Detroit from 2022 to 2024. On the other side, it is the head coach of the Lions. His guys, on the other hand, were winners in their opener a week ago, so they'll try to make it 2-0 to start the season. With my partner, Greg Olsen, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. And off we go from Ford Field. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So here come the Bears and their quarterback for the second straight year. Number 1 pick in the 2024 draft, it's Caleb Williams.
The biggest takeaway coming off last week's loss is he just needs to make a bigger impact overall. He certainly wasn't bad. I mean, no interceptions, protected the ball. But he needs to do more. He needs to kind of let it loose and take some more shots downfield and maybe throw into some tighter windows. For his team to win, this offense needs to be better, and at the front of that is the play of the quarterback.
First down, Chicago.
First run of the game here for DeAndre Swift. He'll work forward for a couple. Alex Anzalone, he's in for the tackle.
48-yard line. Gets a pickup of 3. Brings up second.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Now after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They will run it over center with Swift. A gain there of 11. Good for a Bears first down.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Bears first down. First and 10 at the 15.
On the option, it's Swift. And he broke through the initial contact. Winds up getting about 3. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
On the RPO, quick toss to Burton. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Now after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. On the give, it's Swift. And this defense holding their ground. They'll stop him for no gain. 4th down, straight ahead. On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal.
For the Bears field goal.
His kick is good. And the Bears will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
So the Lions come out, and they are led again by Jared Goff. Already year 10 in the league, and half of those 10 with the Lions. Remember, took the Rams to a Super Bowl as well. What a year last year, Greg. 2nd in passing yards in the NFL.
Nothing real fancy when you look back on last week's game, Mike. I mean, he had the 2 touchdown passes, of course, the 1 interception he'd love to have back. But for the most part, I thought he was really efficient. I thought he did a nice job operating the system. And there's actually some more plays that he left out there. So I think he can build off a lot of that, try to improve in this one today.
Pick up a 2 on the last run. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. This pass complete to Raymond. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. They'll try to push forward and wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Matthew Judon there to make the play. From the 41. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Black 20.
From the gun, it's Goff. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now Gibbs. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. A gain there of 20. Good for a Lions 1st down.
Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard
Goff
line.
to throw. This one intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession.
That's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ballgame. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent.
He'll push forward for about a yard. DJ Reader, as usual, from that interior spot with the play. On 2nd down, it's Williams. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
24 yards. And the Bears 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. He's across midfield. They're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's good for the Bears 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play.
Throw it again. It's Williams. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Williams to the air once more. Will try and set up the tight end screen. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
It's 3rd and 10.
Here's a 3rd and 10. They try to throw again. Here's Williams. Aiden Hutchinson. He gets into drop down for his 1st sack of the young season.
6 yards.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
The Lions offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. So, Greg, the home opener after winning on the road, I know you've said it a bunch, there's a different satisfaction for a team to go on the road and get a win. So it's got to feel good to start your home season at 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves to play week 1 at home. Your fans are into it. The hope and the optimism of the season is at an all-time high, but it doesn't always go that way. So they go on the road and they get a win. So now expectations coming back to your home field, your home crowd. Now everyone's really juiced up. So this is going to be a great environment, a great week 2 opportunity for them to not only start 2-0, but to get to 1-0 at home. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown the receiver he was trying to target.
For the Lions.
And it's going to lead to a fourth down. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. You play a tight game and lose. It changes the feeling coming into this week.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that called rule? You don't want one loss to turn into two, one bad play to turn into two. The best teams in this league, Mike, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week before, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good? And there certainly was a lot of it. But can they move forward?
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. It's Hutch. Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over.
And they're on the 31-yard line.
Goff to throw on first down. Working 3 downfield. It is Williams. 18 yards. A great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
The Lions.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Gain on the play.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Their 49-yard line.
On play action. Goff exiting the pocket right. High defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. Now Goff. He's got it. Tight end. That's Laporta. A gain of 16 on that pass play.
It's a
First
gain
down,
of 16
Detroit.
yards. That's good for a Lions. First down.
Our run here with Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Bears off to the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Lions ball to begin this second quarter. They've got it with a 2nd down and 10. Here's Goff. On the run to the right. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete. It is 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bears offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Greg, the NFC North has become such a fun division over the last few years. Think of the geography and the legacy. It's always been because of the proximity, a fun division with great rivalries. But with almost all the teams playing well, save the Bears over the last few years, it's almost heightened the awareness of how good the NFC North can be.
Yeah, I think going into the season, I'd make the argument it's the best division in football. And I think when the worst team, I know they were 5-12 with the Chicago Bears, but to me, there's a lot of wins built in there. Now they bring in Ben Johnson. They continue to build around Caleb Williams. That feels like there's a lot more wins built into that 5-12 record if they just get themselves organized and get some pieces around Caleb Williams. And that's what they've done. So, yes, Detroit and Minnesota, Green Bay, they've clearly been the top three for the last couple years. But if Chicago and that roster, if that's your fourth best team in your division, man, I'll tell you what, those are going to be some really competitive division games this year.
And I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the play for the franchises. But when these divisions go head-to-head, there always is a legacy feel that just is additive to the anticipation of those matchups.
Yeah, I mean, every one of these franchises has significant history for a lot of different reasons. They have Hall of Fame players, Hall of Fame coaches. Some of the most iconic individuals in the history of the league have played for these four organizations over the last 50-plus years. So there's so much into it, more than just the matchup on the field in that moment. And you can feel it with how much the fan bases rally behind their team.
He finds Raymond for the completion. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Do a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
At the 49-yard line. 1 yard gain.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down.
120.
Throwing here is Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball.
That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on fourth down.
First down.
First and 10.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
A run up the middle, it's Gibbs.
Penetration is the key to run defense. Stop the running back before he has a chance to get started. That's exactly how it played out here.
Brings up second and 11.
On second down, Goff. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
They get an even 20 on that one. Good for a Lions first down.
Lions first down.
Now, Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he's into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Duvernay on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense getting set to get back to work. Greg, to get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked the touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35, or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime, each team getting the ball. I am so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, and you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you got the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first,
and this one is intercepted. It's DJ Reed. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Lions offense ready to take over possession of the football. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the Passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7-0 outside the U.S. Chiefs and Chargers last week in Sao Paulo. Great ones to follow. Vikings and Steelers in Dublin. Vikings in London playing the Browns the very next week. Broncos and Jets. Rams and Jags will also play in London week 6 and 7. Falcons and the Colts are going to be in Germany in week 10. And then the Commanders and Dolphins wrap up the international slate. That's in Madrid, week 11. Greg, this has been such an active part to the NFL season, all of these international games.
Yeah, I can tell you, Mike, having played one of the international games towards the end of my career in London, when I played for Carolina, it's a great experience. It's fun for the players, it's fun for the coaches, it's fun for the fans and the families. So I expect this slate to continue to expand. There's so many fun international cities around the world that love NFL football.
And from what you hear, there's more to come. We could be at the point someday, very soon. Where every team plays one game outside of the U.S. in each regular season.
Fourth down.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This one from 54 yards out. Bates' kick is good. The Lions add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. You clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over once again. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release, the draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your mind, interested to see how they fit in the league as the season gets going.
Obviously so much attention around the quarterback position. Cam Ward goes number one, and obviously with Shador and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think a guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit, right? I think you look at Ashton Jenkins. He gets drafted by Vegas. He's now with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. It kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run game, play good defense? This feels like the early path Pete Carroll took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch, but he certainly feels like that's the fit the Raiders were going for when they took him with their first-round pick.
Hey, let me ask you about Travis Hunter. Of course, the Heisman winner, Colorado, great play, both sides of the ball as a receiver and a corner. You know, Greg, it's hard to come in this league and play well on one side of the ball. Is it realistic to think you may see him on both offense and defense?
That's the million-dollar question, and I think to start, you have to say, okay, let's hang our hat on something. And I think when you look at the league, where is it harder to find impactful plays? I believe it's harder to find impactful defensive backs. I think it's a harder position. I think the league favors the offense with the rules and the play style. So if I'm Jacksonville, I'm making Travis Hunter a defensive back on day one, and then I'm going to package my offensive plays around his skill set to take advantage of him as a wide receiver. And then as time goes on, it will eventually unfold where he'll be able to have
Williams hit, and he loses the football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
The time runs out there. He just airmails it towards the bench. Incomplete. Sense a little frustration there. It brings up third down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
A 43-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with it.
And he lost the football. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
Williams to throw on second down. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. Open man, right side. He's got it. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
First down, Chicago.
Throwing again. Williams. That's into the hands of Moore. No signal. Timeout called. 9 seconds left to play in this first half.
A gain of 9. Brings up second and 1 at the 2-yard line.
Throwing on second down. Williams. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
For the Bears field goal. A 19-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bears will cut the lead down to 4.
By today's kicking standard, Mike, this is clearly a chip shot. I don't know if there was a lot of question that he'd make this one. So nice job making sure you end the half on a high note, coming away with 3.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Goff to throw. Then caught by Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. It's our second week in studio, second week of the NFL season. Lots to get to, so let's get after it. Our tour around the NFL starts now at legendary Lambeau Field. It's the Packers at home to take on the Commanders. And he was a top 10 rusher from a year ago, Josh Jacobs. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Packers even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. Next up, we go to the Steel City. We'll check in on the Steelers as they play host to the Seattle Seahawks. And it's the newest Steeler, the former Seahawk, DK Metcalf. He'll take this in for the touchdown. He's found the end zone twice in the first 2 quarters. Lastly, let's go down to the Big Easy. The New Orleans Saints taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And it's CMC, Christian McCaffrey. He's going to scamper 31 yards to the house. Touchdown. This one's at halftime with the Niners with a big lead on the road at the half. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half, as we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. The Lions offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Goff. To the sideline and intercepted.